Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm really pleased to bring you this video today. It's been a long time coming. Before I actually started recording videos for YouTube, I sent off, I think it's 11 cards, 12 cards to PSA for grading, and they have finally returned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this on the video. I'm going to go for each of the gradings. I'm also going to put up on the screen a rough cost in terms of how much those cards are now worth, depending on what grade they are, just to give you a bit of an idea whether it's worthwhile grading some of these cards. Now, I'll be honest, some of these cards I did send off just for like kind of experimental purposes because I'd never done this before. This is the first time I've sent off something to PSA for grading, and I kind of want to just talk a little bit about how I did that. So I used the sub center as an intermediary. So when you're in the UK like I am, you can, I think, send off cards directly to PSA, but most people will use an intermediary. You send the cards to them, they send off a bulk of loads of people's cards to PSA, they all get graded and then returned back to them, and then they return it back to you. So the process does take quite a long time. If you go through the normal bulk order, which is the cheapest way to do it, this one took about 2 months to come back, maybe just under that. I think they say like 45 working days along that sort of time, so it's about right. So yeah, it's quite a simple process. As I say, I went through the sub center, really, really good, easy to use website, really informative, very, very straightforward in terms of putting the order in place. Then you basically just box it up, make sure it's all safe. Once you've got the cards in a penny sleeve and in a semi-rigid protector, put them in a box, send it off to sub center, and they confirm once they've received it. So this is the exciting bit. So looking at the grades when they come back. So as I say, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to go for each of the cards individually, going to put on screen roughly what they would cost based on the grade. Now I'm going to use eBay as comparisons. I'm going to use sold items on eBay. I'm going to aim to use UK sales because obviously that's where I'm from. However, not all of them might have recent UK sales, so if not, I'll just use whatever the nearest one I can. So there might be a US sale that's showing on eBay as well. So I'm just going to open this up. Okay, so we've got the cards out of the wrapper. I'm really excited to see this, so to see what the grades are on each of these. So I've not done this before, so I'm going to try and get the card. I'm going to try and cover up where the grade is. We'll look at the card, see what the grade is. And as I say, then we'll put on screen roughly what the cost would be for that card. So the first one is, so this is the Charmander from Japanese 151. As I say, a lot of these are cards that I had pulled previously and I was kind of just sending off as a tester. But what you'll see is, depending on the grading, it can actually make quite a big difference in terms of the price. But I'm just going to put in what the price would be based off of the grade that it is. So Japanese Charmander, and that has come back as a PSA 10. Very, very, very happy with that. Obviously, we're looking to get as many PSA 10s as possible as part of this. So, yeah, really happy to start off with a PSA 10 for the Charmander. And obviously, the price will be on the screen as well. Fantastic. Okay, we'll leave that there for the minute. Right, so next one is the Master Ball Zubat. So we've got a couple of Master Balls in here. We've actually also got some vintage cards in here from back from when I was a kid. Just not like any, well, actually, there is one big one, but there's a couple of basic ones, but I wanted to just, as I say, include it because I think you have to send a minimum of 10 cards, so I obviously needed to get it up to that. So anyway, I'll stop yappering. So Zubat Master Ball has come back as a PSA 10 as well. Fantastic. I don't really know what I'm expecting in terms of these grades, but I'm really, really happy to get PSA 10 in that, so I'll put the price up on there for that one as well. Okay, and then the next card we've got is the Master Ball Meowth. Again, really nice card to get from Japanese 151. And that has come back as PSA 10 again. So we're 3 for 3 on the PSA 10s. Really, really, really good for that. Okay, brilliant. I'll leave that back there as well. Okay, so next one we've got is the Master Ball Electrode. Again, these are just ones that I've taken out of booster boxes for Japanese 151. So Master Ball Electrode has come back as PSA 9. Okay, so first one that's not come through as a 10. I'm sure there's some reason why there's a PSA 9 on there. Usually it's like Surface or something like that, but the card does look pretty good. Cool, okay, but that's not too bad. PSA 9 in relation to that one. Okay, next one is the Bulbasaur. This is the Bulbasaur from Japanese 151 as well. And again, this has come back as a PSA 9. Okay, so second one, it's not a 10. So we've got 3 10s, 2 9s. Okay, that's absolutely fine though. Obviously, as I say, mostly just sending these as a bit of a tester, but obviously really happy to get the 10s where I can get them. Next card is the Snorlax. This isn't the promo, this is the card, the art rare that you get from the packs. And that one has come back as PSA 10. Brilliant. Really, really happy to see that as a PSA 10. So that will join these ones over here in terms of the PSA 10s that we've received so far. I think I'll put these two over there as the 9s. Okay. Right, next one. Oh, I might have just given that one away immediately. I didn't actually see it myself, but you probably will have seen that because I didn't cover it up very well. Okay, so this is the Squirtle Pokemon Center promo. I actually bought a couple of UPCs for 151 before they went out of stock on the Pokemon Center website. So this is one of the promos that came out of that and wanted to send it off just to see what the grade is. I think if it comes back a 10, it's quite a lot. So let's see what it comes back as. Amazing. That is really, really, really good. That's come back as a 10. So I'll put the price on screen for that one, but that does make a big, big difference in terms of the price, I believe, if that comes back as a 10 compared to the raw cost. So really happy to have that there with the Pokemon Center promo stamp on there too. Okay, right, let me see if I can cover this one up a bit better, not forget it. Right, okay, this is a bit of a different one. This is the Raikou V. So I opened a Elite Trainer box for Crown Zenith, one I got from Costco actually, and I got the Raikou V come out of that. Again, this is one of the better cards I think in the set. So again, if it comes back as a 10, it obviously makes a big difference in terms of the price. So that has come back as a 10. Fantastic. Really, really, really happy with that. Again, obviously price will be on screen as well for comparables on eBay. And we'll have a little running total at the bottom in terms of how much the total worth is, I guess, of all these cards. So the next one is, right, okay, so now we're going in some of the vintage stuff. So I really am not expecting fantastic grades from these. These are cards that I've had since I was a kid, basically. So these are very, very old. These are ones that I've had in a binder. They're not bad, though. Like, you can't really see anything on the back of that. And the front is looking pretty good as well. But I do, from what I hear, PSA can be a bit stricter on vintage cards. So this has come back as a 6. Okay, so not great. It's not going to be much value in that in terms of a 6. But again, this was more just as an experiment to see what these sort of cards will come back as. So we'll leave that over here. Okay, and then the next one was the Dark Blastoise. This is the non-holo version of Dark Blastoise. I don't think I actually have the holo version of Dark Blastoise, but this is just another card that I wanted to throw in just to see what the grading would come back as. So this has come back as a 7, decent. I kind of feel like 7 for vintage is all right. Like I'm quite happy with that. Again, it's probably not a load of worth in this card, but I'll put obviously that on screen. But just wanted to put that in to see what it comes back as. Right, next one is the Dark Charizard. So this is the non-holo version of Dark Charizard. I have got a holo version of Dark Charizard, which I actually graded with Ace, and it came back as a 7. So interesting to see what the non-holo version comes back for with PSA. A 7 again. It's the same as the Dark Blastoise. That'll be a nice little set in terms of next to each other. I think they are sequential as well. Yeah, they are. So if you like do a card list, they'll do them in order of the cards, and I kind of wanted to put the Blastoise and Charizard next to each other to have them sequential. So, but there's not really any value in that. Like, it's probably, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll put that on afterwards just to add it to the total. And then the last card is a bit of a special one. So this is one that I purchased off of eBay and then got it graded. This is a base set Charizard. So this isn't the only one of these I've got. I've got another one of these, again in an Ace, but it's only I think it's only a 3 in Ace, which is the one that I had from a kid. So yeah, hoping to get a bit better than that for this one. So this has come back as a 6, decent. It's really, I find it really, really hard to grade these cards because this does not look bad. Like, there's a little tiny bit of whitening in the corner there, and then I can't really see much. There's maybe a tiny, tiny couple of scratches there. That probably all makes a little bit of the difference. But even in a 6, this is worth quite a lot of money. I mean, relative, obviously, some Pokemon cards are worth ridiculous amounts of money. But really, really happy to see that come back as a 6. Yeah, really, really good. So we'll put that one over there. So I've got the total at the bottom. And as I say, like, I feel like grading cards is where the fun kind of elevates a little bit, because you kind of get a bit more from it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10s, 2 9s, and then the rest, obviously the vintage ones, which have come back a little bit less. So out of all the cards that I've got graded there, I kind of feel like it's a pretty good return. Really, really happy with that. So as I say, like, I would encourage you, even if you are from the UK, to use somewhere like the Sub Centre, get your cards graded with PSA. As I say, like, I came back into the hobby recently, like a couple of months ago. Obviously, years and years ago, I was very much into it, but I really had no idea how to grade cards with PSA. So it took a little bit of research to do that, but it's not difficult. You shouldn't be intimidated by doing it. As I say, Sub Centre are really, really good in terms of what they offer and the services they provide. I've actually sent off more cards to them to be graded in the near future, but this time with Beckett, because they had a really good kind of, I think it was a Christmas offer where it was £15 a card instead of £20 a card. So again, expect those to come back in a couple of months as well, and we'll do a video for that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you prefer this kind of thing where we're revealing cards, talking about the grading and stuff like that, please do let me know. But yeah, I really enjoy getting the graded cards back. Really enjoy seeing what the grades come back as. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it as well. Please do like and subscribe. Please do comment on the video. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody.